We're going to build this UI using Google Stitch and Next.js. So this is the high-level overview. At first, we're going to need to research about the product we're going to build, and then we're going to generate the UI. However, I've already done the MVP research, so all I'm going to do is go to Stitch and paste the prompt I've generated via Claude. Then I'm going to use web, and I'm going to use, for example, this call design. However, you can choose anything else you want. Now I'm going to click on generate. As soon as it's done, you can see it's generated first preview. However, if you want to make changes, you can just select this and write what you want to update. For example, I don't want to add this top bar, so I'm going to say prelude top bar and hit enter. Okay, as soon as it's done, I want to add the remaining pages, meaning dashboard, clients, AI assistant, and settings, meaning I can click on this and select 5 pages, for example, and say add remaining pages. Then I'm just going to wait until the design is ready. As soon as it's done and you're happy with the results, we can move into Next.js. Also, I want to mention that if you want to make your designs better, or you want to have some reference, you can go to Dribble and, for example, look for your product you're trying to build. But now we're gonna create next application. So we're gonna use T3 stack, and we're gonna create it using this command. As soon as you have your cursor ID open, you're gonna paste the command here, and we're gonna press enter. I will create it in this directory, meaning I'm just gonna put dot. I'm gonna use TypeScript, Tailwind, gRPC. For this example, I'm not gonna use the authentication provider. Also, I'm going to use Drizzle, because I'm gonna use app router. And for this example, I'm going to use Postgres, prettier, and initialize Git repo. I'm gonna leave it as default and just wait. With the project installed, we're gonna use Shadcn. On this website, we're gonna open Shadcn create, get a code, copy command, and go back to cursor, paste the command. Now we have Shadcn installed, but we need to add skill. We're back, I'm gonna click skills and copy this command. Again, paste it here, proceed. We're gonna press enter and project. Proceed. With the skill installed now, we can go back to Stitch, and we're going to copy each page, meaning we're going to click on this, export, and go to clipboard, copy. In the ID, I like to create a folder called generated UI and paste each page. Now with each page present, we want to implement this in use plan mode, and using this prompt, we're going to continue. When prompted, I like to use mock data and lose plan ready. We can click on build and wait a few minutes. When it's done generating, we can go and open terminal and run this project. pm run dev. On localhost 3000, we should see something like this. Now we need to extract the components into Shadcn, so it's better for maintenance. Back on this chat, we're gonna prompt this. Use Shadcn component library. If component does not exist, install it and use styles from generated UI. Click on build. When it's all done, we should see the components are split, and we're gonna check on localhost. There might be a few changes, but don't worry, we can fix this. We're gonna start with taking a picture of this website, paste it in a cursor and say fix styles. And now it seems that the styles have been fixed. We have mockup data instead of the real data, so we need to implement API. We want to select full CRUD, invoices, client settings, assistant messages, and the plan should be ready, but we're going to click on build and wait a while. Cursor is finished, but now we need to start the database. Cursor is finished, but now that means we need to start the database. So in terminal, we're going to start the database using this command. We're going to generate a random password. And now it should be up and running. The next thing we need is to update the database, which means we need to run this command. We also need to seed the database, so the database is not empty, using this command. It seems that the seeding is not working for some reason. However, don't worry, we can fix it by add to chat and enter. So next iteration, so we're going to try to use this command again, and hopefully it's gonna work now. Okay, it seems to be working now, so let's try to open it in the browser, and looks like it's working.